So the next thing I'm going to talk about here is the connection between the brain and the pelvic floor. And so first of all, let's look at the pelvic floor a little bit in more detail. Because what we looked at here is like a cross section, right? This is like a cross section that we're talking about. Here, we're kind of looking what it would look like if we looked at the whole pelvic floor as just cutting away the skin. And you can see here these muscles, how they're intimately tied in here with the penis itself. In fact, this bulbospongiosis here, this one's really important in terms of helping to maintain erections. It almost reminds me of the skin that you see on a rhino's horn, right? So if you look at a rhino, you got the skin that comes out, and then the actual tusk or horn comes out of that skin, and that skin there provides a base for it to operate on. So when you have this muscle here strengthened, it helps a similar function. It like gives a stronger base for the erection to work off of, okay, which helps to maintain it. Now, one of the issues, though, is I will have guys that come to me that have just done too much of this, right? And that's when I'm talking about control. Is their work, they focus way more on strengthening, okay? And here's the problem with that. When you're focused so much on strengthening, it builds up what's called muscle tone. So if you look at bodybuilders, I mean, I'm not talking about guys who just go work out. I'm talking like serious bodybuilders who are like in the gym all the time. If you look at them, they're really well built, but it looks like their muscles never really turn off. They're just constantly contracted. That's muscle tone. It's like it's like always activated. That muscle tone is high, okay, versus a low muscle tone. It's a high muscle tone. And the problem with this is like if you're overdoing, like Kegels is what most guys use for pelvic floor. We use a different system of doing that works much more on control versus strength. Because when you're focused on just the strength, once again, you're going to build up this tone. And the problem with that is these muscles, they don't just support the erection. They're also very important when it comes to ejaculation. And when you're getting close to the point of no return, so the point of no return, you hit the point of no return and you're going to ejaculate. Okay, that's the point of no return. When you get close to that point of no return, these PC muscles start to tense up naturally. Okay, so, and that's one of the things that cues the body, okay, it's time to ejaculate. Okay, but if you're going into the bedroom and these things are already tight, okay, because of all the Kegels you've been doing, then you're that much closer to ejaculation. You're that much closer to the point of no return. So that's how it can work against you when you're focusing on strength versus control. Really what you want to do is get control between the brain and the pelvic floor to where you've got so much control over it, it's like unconscious. It goes on an unconscious level. And then when you get close to the point of no return, your body knows how to relax these muscles when what you're wanting to do is last longer, okay, versus ejaculate faster than you want to. Okay, that's much more about control than it is about strengthening. Okay, but strength does play a role here in terms of maintaining erections, and you can see that in this particular muscle. Now let's move into how this all works on the brain controlling these things, and that's something called the neuromuscular junction. So basically, what happens is muscles are basically stupid, and what I mean by that is they won't do anything unless the nervous system tells them to do something. Okay, so the nervous system plays a huge role in this. Okay, so when you're just focused on the muscles and you're not focused on control of the muscles through the nervous system, you're not you're not doing the whole picture here. Because once again, this doesn't do anything without this signal. Okay, and that's primarily how it happens, through this neuromuscular junction, they call it. The reason this one's important is it really shows, because you'll see this more here in a second, but most of the nerves, in fact, I say most because you'll see an exception in a second. Most of the nerves that control the pelvic floor and the penis, right, come out of the lower back and the sacrum. And this is just kind of showing those nerves. And that's showing too how they innervate these muscles, and also how, if these muscles are tight, how they can constrict on these nerves, right? That's another reason you don't want tight muscles in your pelvic floor. Okay, because they can actually impinge these nerves, which makes it more difficult to function in the bedroom. So I want to bring this up here because this is a picture of the core of the body. You hear people talking about, we got to strengthen your core, you got to strengthen your core. Well, this is the main portion of the core.
If you would like help with your unique and personal situation from us, I put a link below that will explain all the different ways that we can help you get and maintain superior stage 4 rock solid hardness and lasting power, both permanently and naturally at any age. Make sure you like and subscribe for more tips to attain elite level bedroom performance, and I will see you in the next one.